Welcome to the Directors Club podcast, your go-to resource for childcare center owners and directors. Each week we dive into the world of childcare management, sharing valuable tips, tools, and resources to help you build enrollment, retain your top teachers, and streamline your operations. With a casual and lighthearted approach, we unlock the secrets of creating a thriving childcare center. Let's laugh, learn, and grow together. This is the Directors Club podcast. Hey there, it's Noelle from the Directors Club. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I want to kick off with talking to you about a conference that I'm hosting on May 2nd and 3rd in Warwick, Rhode Island. So it's a conference with speakers from all over the country coming to New England to teach us all different things. And before I planned the conference with my friend Erica from the Child Care Director's Chair, because she's also from New England as well, the two of us talked about what kind of conference we'd want to have, and we both feel the same way, that we love going to conferences and getting energized, but you leave there and either you or your team, you have things you can put in place, but some things might not work given certain situations. Say there's a workshop offering that some of your teachers pick at a conference and it's on behavior management. And you go there and you're like thinking you're going to learn that next new tip or learn something different. And in all reality, workshops are pretty much all the same, right? There's behavior workshops, there's engagement workshops, there's relationship building workshops to help with you with struggles that we're having in the classrooms. But there's always that thing at the end where you're like, but I have this kid that does this, or I have this situation that makes it a little different. How do you still apply that? In our format for the conference, we're actually going to include that in the workshop. So the workshop presenters are not going to be speaking for an hour. They're going to be speaking for a half hour. And then the rest of the hour that you get with them is going to be about applying the strategies in your everyday life. And so it'll give us opportunities to bring up, what do we do in this situation? How do we handle it with this? The conference is action focused. That's what we're calling it, an action focused conference. It's called the Early Education Empowerment Conference. If you know a speaker that is dynamic and energetic and you love listening to, share the link. It's in the podcast notes to the conference. You can also get yourself on the list for tickets. We have ticket sales are coming out soon. We're going to be doing group bundles for if you want to bring your team with you. Day 1 is going to be all about the director. And then day 2 is going to be the entire team. The Friday is for the director and Saturday is for the team. Really excited about this conference. We just put the speaker requests out, the RFPs. And let me tell you, my inbox is packed with awesome presentations. I can't even wait to pick. We're hoping to pick about 12 so that there's a variety of different workshops that you can attend. All right, head to the show notes on that so that you can get on the list to get updates on when these tickets go on sale and more about the conference. But today, I'm not here about the conference. Today, I'm here about overwhelm. Last week, I was on a call with the directors of our membership, and I had been planning on teaching a course this week on customer service and all ready to do it, but I didn't hear that from them. Last week on the call, I heard overwhelm, and we talked a lot about overwhelm and a lot about getting distracted, getting interrupted, all the things that we have to do, right? I pivoted, and I have a few things that I do to reduce my overwhelm that I think could be beneficial if applied in the everyday life of the child care center director. Because being a director is often like juggling multiple balls while we're walking a tightrope that's on fire maybe and plunging a toilet, the drill. Your day is a whirlwind of responsibilities, from every day managing the center to ensuring that we're compliant with the state, managing our team, the parents, the kids, the emergencies, like everything, right? The money, all the things. On top of this, the emotional labor of caring for others, both the kids and the staff, can be very exhausting, and at times it feels overwhelming. The source of this overwhelm comes from a variety of different things, right? It's just this cycle that we get into. It's constant interruptions and crisis, maybe competing with different demands. If you know you have to get things done for your licensing inspection, but you also know it's just November 11th and it's almost the end of the year and your taxes are coming up soon. So many different things that compete with us. Then again, I just talked about the emotional labor, but that's a huge thing where like us as leaders, we don't just oversee the operations. We also have to be this like emotional support for our team, the children, the parents. And then on top of it, information overload. How many times have you walked through the center and they're directing you, oh, can you do this for me? Oh, I need this. I want to leave early. I got to get this. I'm running out of toilet paper. This one did this, right? Information overload. And then just in general, as a director, the high expectations and accountability that you have as being responsible for leading a child care center. And so today I want to talk to you about a tool that I use. I don't really have a name for it, but I came up with a name for it for this called Power Start. And it's so natural for us to feel hesitant to introduce something new when we already feel overwhelmed. And I know the last thing that you want is one more thing to add to your plate. But here's the thing. Putting in a system, just like something like this Power Start, may initially feel like a lot of work, but in reality, it really does reduce overwhelm. It can structure and reduce your chaos. When you have a structure and a plan on addressing things, you still got all the things. But if you have a plan to address them, that's when that overwhelm doesn't feel like all day and maybe just parts of the day. It also allows you to prioritize your focus. When you do something like I'm going to introduce to you this Power Start, this really is going to help you focus on things. When you introduce new steps to yourself, like this Power Start, it's like building a foundation. When we're feeling the overwhelm, little things like this Power Start might feel huge to change your morning, but it's going to pay off in the long run. It also can minimize some of your overwhelm that you have. It can address things that you forgot about because you have information overload. It also is awesome at creating a consistent habit that will give you momentum moving forward. All right, so let's dig into one of my things that I do to help me not feel so overwhelmed, even with all the things I have to do as a director. We are not strangers to a fast-paced and unpredictable daily operations, right? You know exactly how your day's going to go. No, you don't, right? Because we can walk in the door and one person can call out and one child can really just have a struggling day, and that can set the tone for our day and how we need to adjust our sails. And it can feel overwhelming to have these constant demands tugging at us, things that we know we want to get done, things that we know we should get done that we don't want to do. I want you to think about starting your day with a powerful intention setting routine. The Power Start creates the space for you to breathe, focus, and be proactive rather than reactive. Let's see what it looks like. The Power Start is not, I'm not going to say to you, do this for an hour, do this for a half hour. It's going to actually go at your pace. You need to figure out how long this takes. This typically takes me about 20 minutes or so to go through and deal with how I'm going to start my day. All right, so how does the Power Start look like? This is when you start your day off and do these same exact features every single day. Number one, review the day's staffing plan. So begin your morning by checking your staff schedule. You have everyone accounted for, any gaps that you have. If you anybody that's free at all during the day, write their name. I like to write their name on the side to say, oh, Noelle's available from 11 to 12. Also like to just give myself know when those extra people might. That's the plan for the day. So I know who's going to be here and if I have an extra or if I have a gap and I need to figure that out. And I might need to hold off on that for a bit to determine what enrollment looks like, because that's the number two. Check your enrollment attendance for the day. Quick check on the enrollment gives us a little insights into the ratios, the absences, and any potential needs that we might have. And then you can compare it back to the staffing plan. Now, if you're doing this at 7 in the morning, we both know it's going to change probably by 8 and probably going to change again by 9. But at least you have the basics of the plan adjusted. All right, third thing that I do, handle your emails. Get into your email and just start working through them. If there are any emails that need you to do a project, I want you to just write that down and write the date. Let's say, like, all right, today I got an email from the health provider of our health insurance, and our renewal's coming up in December. And he sent me the pricing of the plan. He also sent us pricing of the plan, and I asked him for all the details of the benefits you get in the plan. And now I need to go out to my employees and show it to them. I need a system. We did a Google form with all the details, links to all the things. I needed to do that. That's not a quick and easy email. What I did was, in my notebook, I wrote, health insurance needs to be done by November 15th. And so I need to make sure I get that on my calendar. Other people just emailed me and asked me questions that I could simply write back and get it over with. Handle your emails. Number 4, review your master to-do list and your goals. You might not have a master to-do list. And what is a master to-do list? I keep a list going of all the goals and things I need to get done for my child care center. Obviously, I got the healthcare on there now. I have on there, I want to review as we get into the new year, the parent handbook and the employee handbook, just to make sure we don't need to make any adjustments, because in January, we're probably going to be sending out an annual renewal letter that we have to get all the parents to sign that they have updated their personal information, all the things. Okay, so you have this master to-do list, has all the things on it. I look at that and say, what's priorities right now? What do I need to get done? What little steps can I do this week against that master to-do list that can move the needle on something? And you and I both know that some projects are going to be forefront and other projects can hold off for a little bit. So that's where number 5 comes in. Write down your top 3 priorities for the day. Each day, identify your top 3 things that you must do that will make the biggest impact. Writing them down makes them real and actionable. And keep that your focus all day, knowing that those are 3 things you need to get done. And the 6th and final thing on my power start, if you're a member of the Directors Club, set your alarm for whatever time our calls are. We have 3 calls a week on Zoom that you can jump on 1 or all 3. And that's when we get together and as a community and we just talk through what we're working on and get some support from one another and really lean on one another as a community, because it's not easy leading a child care center. My next thing is to make this successful. The power start and make it a habit is to build consistency with this. It's like you start your day off every single day doing the exact same thing and just do it. You can either set a timer and be focused for 20 minutes maybe or 30. And during this power start, you're not answering questions. You are not working on a project. You're literally going through your power start and just setting yourself up for the day of what things you can do as a leader to move the needle for the things you need to move them for. Eliminate the distractions. And don't forget, at the end of the day, I want you to celebrate your wins. As you go through each day, reflect on how using the power start can help you reduce your stress. Have you had any small successes on that? Really think about how that can impact you. All right, I'm going to go back to the top. The power start. Every day, you're going to start doing these 6 things. 1, review the day's staffing plan and know where your extras are or where you need coverage. 2, check your enrollment and your attendance. 3, get over your emails. Get them in there, get them done with so you don't deal with them later on. Number 4, review your master to-do list and your goals and really go through that and make sure that your goals are aligned with your larger vision of that you have for your child care center, instead of these like daily tasks that we just get so caught up in. Number 5, write down the top 3 priorities for the day. All your must-dos for the day, just the 3 that you want to get done. And number 6, if you're a member of the Directors Club, set your alarm so that you can join us for the calls. And I want you to not forget that these types of systems that you're doing, that you're reviewing your goals, you're not just going into the day with that 15 million things on your to-do list. You are using this power start to set your intention for the day of what you need to get done. I've personally used this power start for myself, and I've noticed a few things. I have more clarity. I know exactly where the extras are. Right off the top of my head, I can see things. This has also helped us focus on last minute changes on the schedule. Our team knows that we prioritize staffing, that we deal with, our parents are getting their emails dealt with, and I'm able to really focus on certain points of the day on this power start. All right, so I've personally used the power start for myself, and I know it feels like you might be adding more to your plate, like one more thing to do, but it's not that. It's about making your plate more manageable, and by front-loading your day with the intention and clarity that you can tackle overwhelm head-on and lead your center with confidence. Investing in a small daily practice may feel like work initially, but it's the work that will pay dividends in reduced stress, increased productivity, and a healthier, more balanced workday for you and your team and the kids. I want you to think about a power start tomorrow, what that looks like for you, and give it a go. Give it a go. Write me back and let me know. I want you can send me an email. My email is in the show notes. And really go through what you're trying to do is to set that intention and that clarity, and really go through that and tell me how you did with your power start. Thanks for listening today, and don't forget, head to the show notes and you will find out a little bit more about this early education empowerment conference that is action focused for you and your team in New England. Super excited for this. I can't wait to meet you in person. Bye, everybody.